Hey everyone, it's another day and so another time for a nice video to talk about 30 days of starting up your idea, but not by hiring a developer to code it for you as the first thing, or not by coding it yourself. And today I want to talk a little bit about the idea of prepping your company for your future. And so a lot of times when you have an idea and you're going on a startup, it can be really easy to just start doing things willy-nilly and taking action wherever you see action needs to be taken. And that makes a lot of sense because when you're doing a startup and you have this idea, it's sort of, let's get it out the door quickly, let's get it out the door and iterate it on, all those things. But one thing that I think that you can spend a little bit more than no time on that feels a little bit antithetical is your management system. And thinking about sort of in the longer term of your company, assuming everything goes well and assuming your product is really successful, what's it going to look like managerially and putting structures in place? And the reason that this is helpful is actually studies have shown that companies who've thought about that earlier on and are more intentional about subsequent hiring decisions and hiring process and giving that sort of structure to the team up front, actually succeed better and have better success with retaining employees and reducing churn, as long as you've got a good setup in place. The good news is that there's a lot of information already out there about how to potentially structure your business and your management and that sort of thing. And you don't need to go too hop heavy and hire all these C-level executives or managing directors of everything. But you do need to give some thought to when you're in a startup and you're hiring all these people, eventually some of them might end up with managers over them who they don't have right now. And that can sometimes feel a bit like a demotion or something where they've been put out of place. But if you're really clear about sort of the management structure you're looking for and the roles that you're filling now that eventually you'll hire for as the CEO or the person leading your startup, that can be really helpful for people to have the clear expectations and to feel really good about the direction that you take the team. It's sort of not something that you think you need to think about, but it's worth spending maybe, 5 minutes or 10 minutes or even an hour or two just sort of mapping it out. It doesn't have to be too formal, but then you've got it in the back of your mind. And so, every couple months as you continue to grow and continue to configure your next hire, you can take a look at that map that you made, adjust it as needed as you've learned more things and sort of figured out what does and doesn't work for your company. And it can keep you focused on the direction that you're going. And it will help your company grow in the long term. And I know that sounds a little antithetical, but it's definitely something worth thinking about. So I'd love to hear in the comments from you, if you're in a startup or you're having a big idea, have you given any thought to how you'd structure your company and what you'd want to do with it? Or have you only thought about the big idea and the product that would create for you? Let me know. And tomorrow I'll be back and we'll be talking about what it means to build an MVP and how that's maybe different from what you think. So I look forward to hearing from you in the comments, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. And if you have a question, also let me know, and you can always find the link to purchase my book in the comments as well. Thanks. Bye, everyone.